at the Yoga Joint South, and today I have Jessica, Daniela, Maria, and Lauren. So we're gonna start our flow. Everybody slide forward into a child's pose. Just spread your knees wide and allow your big toes to touch, relaxing your shoulders and starting to connect with your breath. And sealing your lips for the rest of practice, breathing in and out through your nose, engaging your Ujjayi breath. So taking those big inhales to expand your ribs and your intercostals, and long, smooth, quality exhales. Relaxing your shoulders, allow your sits bones to draw back towards your heels. And starting to activate your pose by pressing into your fingertips, maybe picking up your wrists, your forearms, and your elbows. And take a big inhale, pick up the torso, and walk it over to the right. Lengthening your left side body. And again, getting into your intercostals, tuning into your intensity dial for today. And coming back to your breath, using that as a gauge to see where you're at in your practice. And accepting and honoring that space no matter where it is. Maybe dropping your left shoulder down and walking the left fingertips out a little further, helping to discover new information. And just keeping in the back of your head that no feeling is final. So at any time during this practice, if something no longer resonates with you, listening to your body and just taking that step back, maybe making it a little bit more restorative. Making your way back to center, keeping your head down. And then walking it over to the left. Taking the same stretch with the same amount of force and intention. So again, relax your shoulders. Focus on big breath here. Letting go of whatever it took for you to get onto your mat. And choosing to focus only on the present, the only thing that matters. And again, keeping your head down, slowly make your way back to center. And pressing your forehead down, activating your third eye, begin to set your intentions. So your intention could be a word or a phrase, and if you can't think of anything, you can always dedicate your practice to someone or something by choosing to send them, energy or light. But making your intention something that you want and asking yourself what you need out of your practice. Making your way up to tabletop, pressing into your palms, and starting to stack your shoulders over your wrists and bring your hips over your knees. Big inhale as you drop your belly, arch the spine, roll the shoulders way back. Good. Bring your gaze up. And exhale, round and curl, chin to chest, pressing into the mat, puffing up your back. Good. Again, big inhale. Really exaggerate that drop in your belly. And broaden your collarbone. Good. Widen your sits bones. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. And take a few more rounds at your own pace, becoming familiar with how your breath is linked with your movement. And also keeping the practice in the four corners of your own mat. The practice of yoga is a very personal practice. It is, withdrawal of your senses. It's all about going inside of yourself. So keep it on your own mat. Good. Take one more round. And then after your next exhale, allow your cat-cows to turn into dancing lion. So just take a few big circles or just some free organic movement, anything that feels good to you. And just really breathe into anywhere that feels tight or sticky, wiggling out your shoulders, your hips. Good, and then coming back to tabletop. Extend the right arm forward and really lengthen from your right hip bone all the way through your right fingertip. So really opening your ribs. Then start to circle the arm back down, up and around. Maria's going the other way. Taking big inhales at the top and then matching your exhales at the bottom, using your breath to help propel your motion. And then reverse the circles, take it the opposite way. lifting up and out of your left wrist joint, again, stacking and creating space within your body instead of crunching down. Pause at the top, take a big inhale, expand the chest and really roll your shoulders back. Good. Exhale, right arm threads under the left, bringing your shoulder and your skull to the mat. So these girls are all pretty seasoned yogis. Most of them do choose to take the bind, but it is a personal choice. So you can either reach around, grabbing the bind, maybe lifting a leg, or focus on keeping that hand down, opening your subscapula and really expanding your chest, unraveling your spine. Good, nice variations. And slowly release, coming back to a neutral spine, maybe opening the right arm all the way up, and placing the hand back down when you're ready. Same stretch on the left side, so really get that long line, left fingertips to the hip, and circle it back down, up and around. Good, really exaggerate your motion and allow your entire body to get in on the stretch. It really is a great warm-up, opening your shoulder joints, your hips, and then reversing the circles, take it the opposite way. And on the next go around, pause at the top, big inhale, open all the way up. Good, exhale, thread your needle. Taking the same variation that you chose on the first side, which will always help create a sense of balance in your practice, but more importantly, the balance in your mind, giving you that peace. Good, focus on your breath. And then unraveling the bind, find tabletop. Starting to stretch out our wrists, which is super important. You're gonna turn the hands around so your fingertips face your knees. And if you wanna make it a little more intense, you can start to tuck your toes, shift the weight back, or maybe drop the heels, pick up the hips, taking a downward dog with reverse wrists. There you go. It's super intense, so it's up to you. Then flipping the hands over, and start to shift the weight back again, maybe bend and straighten your elbows, make a fist, and then release the fingers a few times. Tuck the toes, slide the knees together, sit back on your heels, getting into the arches of your feet. So we want to stay lifted instead of crunching the weight down. And interlace your hands, take a few figure eights, getting out any last kinks. Flex the palms forward, inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, just take a slight bend to the right, lifting up and out of your ribs, out of your hips, and keeping your neck relaxed. Slowly inhale, drop back to center, and exhale, fold to the left. Back to center, maybe bring your gaze up, and if you're ready for a back bend, lifting up and out of the hips, and start to draw back. Relaxing your shoulders, and again, getting out any stickiness under your armpits. And circle the arms all the way around, tabletop, pat out your feet, circle your ankles, wiggle your toes. Activating your finger pads, spread your fingers wide and create an L shape with the index finger and the thumb. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. So start to connect with your breath. This is our home base. So really getting comfortable here, always keeping the weight shifted back, alleviating any strain in the wrists. Our shoulders are not a weight-bearing joint, so we always want to stay back. Keeping your spine long. Maybe hug in a little bit. There you go. Inhale, rise high on all 10 toes. Bend the knees, turbo face. Good. Keep your hips back and allow your spine to be long, but relax your neck. Maybe bringing your chest and your belly towards your thighs. Tuck your chin to your chest, shift forward, rounded plank. Warming up the core and activating your quadriceps, puffing up your back like a Cobra hood, almost rounding. Good. Bring it back, turbo face. And take a big inhale through your nose, vocal exhale, straighten the knees, drop the heels, downward face. Right leg sweeps the sky. You can bend and straighten your knee, open your hip, maybe circle it out. Just taking some free organic movement, you know, what feels good to your body. Good. Sweep the right leg all the way up. Come high on the ball, the left foot. Really elevate your pose. Round and curl, knee to nose, Nasasana. Becoming a tiny little package, keeping your hips high. Again, always keeping your core active. Kick it back, one-legged dog. Good. Round and curl, knee to nose. Keep your core engaged. Start to shift forward and lightly step the right foot through, finding lunge. So gather your bearings, square your hips, and start to get light on your fingertips as you reach the hands back behind you, activating your lats and your shoulders. Inhale, reach up, high crescent, Anjayasana. Good, square your hips by maybe pulling the left hip forward as you bring the right hip back. And keep your right quadricep engaged, really bending into the knee, lifting up and out of the hips. Take a big inhale to fuel your body. As you exhale, lower halfway, Ardha, Anjayasana. Good, keep that little back flexion, almost like a mini back bend, bringing your biceps close to your ears. Bring your hands to heart center. Without momentum, lift the left leg, warrior 3. Good. Maybe dropping that left hip down and flexing the toes, pressing into the right big toe to create stability. Good, Jessica. As gracefully as you can, start to step back, finding your high crescent lunge. Left hand down, right arm up, crescent twist. So keeping your hips as centered as possible by shifting the weight to the inner edges of your feet. Inhaling as you lengthen the spine. Exhale into your depth, finding your twist. Detoxing all of your internal organs, really wringing out your system. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take one last twist. Good. Drop the right hand to frame the right foot. And slowly start to straighten out that right knee as much or as little as possible. Rounding and curling your chin to your chest for Parsvottanasana. So whatever you do with that back foot is up to you. You can either stay high on the ball. Some people like to drop the heel down to intensify their stretch. But what we want to focus on here is keeping our hips square by inner spiraling our thighs, almost like we're squeezing a block, and shifting the weight to the right big toe. Or if you want to stretch out that right hamstring, you can always come onto the heel, flexing the toes like Maria's doing. And start to walk your way towards the left, finding a wide-legged fold. Hang heavy. Relaxing your shoulders and your forehead, and making sure that you're not pressing your tongue against your teeth, creating any tension in the upper body. Really let everything hang. Inhale, look out and lengthen. And bring your hands to your hips with a flat back. Use your core and rise all the way to stand. Interlace the palms behind your back. You can always use a towel or a strap to bind. Inhale, lift the chest and roll the shoulders back, bringing your heart up towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale, fold. Hinging at your hips. Using your bind to really open up your shoulder joints and sending your breath to your shoulders. If your hamstrings are screaming, you can always keep a little bend in your knees, relieving any stress. Good. The tighter your bind, the more open your shoulders become. Eventually bringing your palms all the way down like Lauren. She's really open shoulders. And staying conscious of your breath and of your thoughts here, using it as a nice resting point. Slowly start to release your bind and walk it to the right to lunge. Step your right foot back to meet the left, high plank. Good, so getting into our first plank here, again, engaging our core and our quadriceps, keeping our shoulders stacked over our wrists. Relax your neck so there's no wrinkles, and gaze under your third eye. And then see how slowly you can lower down all the way to your belly, hugging your elbows in towards your ribs. And then relaxing the tops of your feet, bringing your forehead down. Good, preparing for our Cobra series. So the first set, we're gonna keep our feet together, allowing our big toes to touch, and bring our palms to frame our chest. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, empty all your breath. On your next inhale, start to press into your feet and roll your shoulders back, lifting your chest and lifting your heart, maybe lifting your palms. Keeping your glutes relaxed so you really get into that back, and squeeze your elbows together behind you. Inhale, get a little higher, relax your glutes. Good, exhale, forehead to mat, all the way down. Second set is a lifted Cobra, so it's up to you if you want to keep the feet together or open them hips distance. Walking your palms back a few inches. Take your exhale to empty out. On your next inhale, press into the palms, lift the chest, lift the heart. So maybe hooking your pubic bone down into the mat, helping to activate the spine. Roll your chest forward as you pull the shoulders back. Inhale, gaze up. Good, exhale, all the way down, forehead to mat. Last set is a yogi's choice. So any variation that's in your practice, maybe taking a bind behind the back or taking a full upward face, maybe a king cobra. After your next exhale, rise into your choice. Good, so Daniela's taking the full upward face. You can see she's relaxing her hips down and she's rolling her shoulders back. Maria's working on her full king cobra, bringing her feet closer to her head. So relax your hips, let the hips drop down. Good. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, slowly release, all the way down. Bringing your knees together, press it back, child's pose. So allow your spine to lengthen, counteracting your back bend with a forward fold. Relax the forehead down, come back to your breath. And start to tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward face. Good, again, spreading your sits bones wide, maybe getting a little more aggressive here by pressing into your heels and lifting all 10 toes up. Left leg back and up. Bend and straighten it, move it out. Again, getting into your own body. And if you're opening that left side hip, make sure you're pressing into both palms evenly so we're not overexposing the left side. Good, elevate the pose, high on the ball. Round and curl, Nasasana. So you can really get aggressive here. We're a little bit more warmed up, keeping those hips lifted high. Kick it back, one-legged dog. Round and curl, knee to nose. Keep it active, keep engaging the core as you shift forward to lunge. Square the hips, you've been here before, and start to reach the fingertips back. Inhale, all the way up, high crescent. Good, really relaxing your shoulders away from your ears and tapping into your breath. Maybe start to bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, focusing on how you feel, taking everything inward. Good. Start to hinge forward, lowering halfway, Ardha. Good, try not to dump your weight into that left thigh, so stay high on the ball of the right foot, making sure that you're staying even. Hands to heart center, float it up, warrior 3. Start to square your hip and flex your toes down, good. Keep the spine long, keep the crown of your head long. Finding your high crescent, drop the right foot back as you reach up towards the ceiling. Find that space in your ribs. Right hand down, left arm up, twist. So using that ball of the foot to help lengthen that side of the body. Keep everything hugging in towards the midline. Inhale, lengthen it out. Exhale, twist. Left hand down, Parsvottanasana Fold. Good, Maria, much better on this side. Square your hips, draw the left hip back and the right hip forward. Then walk your way to the right, another wide-legged fold, hang heavy. Getting into our separate leg stretching, you have two choices here. Either taking your Padangusthasana, your big toe grip. If you're ready to get more aggressive, getting into Padahastasana, which is your hands to feet. So these girls, again, all have pretty open hamstrings. Inhale, look out and lengthen, keeping your back flat. And as you exhale, think about your lower belly, using your core to pull in versus your shoulders. Good. Shift the sits bones up towards the ceiling and lengthen the back sides of your body, getting long in the front and in the back. Bringing the crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, look out. Big exhale as you fold. Release the grip. Left side lunge. Step the left foot back to meet the right in your plank. Our first vinyasa. Shift forward as we bend the elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward face. Vocal exhale, downward facing dog. Good. With straight legs and flexed feet, baby step your way to the top of the mat and hang heavy in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows or shaking your head, yes and no. Good. Releasing your arms from whatever bind they're in. Allow your torso to ragdoll heavy, lengthening your spine. Then one vertebrae at a time, ragdoll to stand. Maybe taking a shoulder loop, hug the shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back down and around. Hands by your sides, equilibrium pose. Inhale, reach up. And slowly lower your hands to heart center, closing your eyes. Pressing into all four corners of your feet. Bringing your breath to your heart center, remembering your intentions, and standing tall in your own greatness. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, look out and lengthen, either coming on the fingertips or the hands to the shins. Open the mouth, energizing your body. Vocal exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, look out. Vocal exhale, let it go. One more, just like that. Take a big inhale. Vocal exhale. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Energetically hugging your knees and your thighs towards each other. Good. Keep the weight way back. Maybe lift all 10 toes to make sure that the weight stays back. Bring your hands in prayer as you lower to heart. Left elbow outside the right knee, prayer twist. So keeping your hips square, again, keep the weight towards the heels, keep bending the knees. Bring your attention towards that right foot as you pick up the left leg and slowly step it back. Good, placing the ball of the foot down. Maybe if you need to drop the left knee, you can always lower the left knee. If you bind or exalt the arms here, it's a yogi's choice, it's up to you. Good, Daniela. Everybody's taking a different, okay, now everyone's taking the same variation. Taking that bind, rolling the shoulders back, keeping the integrity by lifting the heart. And then reverse cartwheel, up and over into warrior two. Good, grounding that left heel down, pressing into the outer edge of the left foot and really activating your medial arch. Bend into the right knee and find external rotation. So make sure that right knee is tracking forward, good. Relaxing your fingertips and your toes, settle into your pose and let your breath help you get there. Now we're gonna pump our warriors. Inhale as you reach up, squeezing muscles to bone, get light on your body. Good, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reach it up. Use your breath for your movement and allow your exhale to bring you back down. One more, go at your own pace, as long as an inhale as you need. Good. We all meet in warrior 2. Extended side angle. So either bringing the right forearm to your thigh or dropping the right hand down, left bicep over the ear. Good. Always creating one long line from our left fingertips to our left toes and really stacking our left ribs on top of the right. Eventually bringing that thigh parallel to the mat. If you have a variation here, if you bind, or again, if you fly, stay, or play. Sometimes it's always harder to stay where you are. Really, again, looking inward. Use your breath to help get through any situations on and off of your mat. Good, Lauren. Jessica's taking Bird of Paradise, so is Daniela, and Lauren is in Nirlamba Parsvottanasana. Good. And wherever you are, slowly releasing it, finding warrior 2. It's all right, we've all done this before. Flip the right palm and reverse your warrior. Reaching up and out of your right ribs, so make it a side stretch versus a back bend, and get into your hip flexors by bending into the right knee. Take one more breath. And then cartwheel the hands down inside the right foot as you lower the left knee, low lizard lunge. So again, this you can use as your resting point, relaxing to your palms or your forearms. And if your outside hip is tight, rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot for more of an intense stretch there. If you need more of an internal hip stretch, keeping that right foot flat. If you have an arm balance that you're working on, maybe twisted scissors or a funky forearm, take your variation or come back to your breath. Good. Really melting your heart down if you're taking the throat balance. And pressing into your palms, preparing for a quad stretch. Left hand stays as you reach the right hand back, binding your foot and pulling the heel in close to your glute. Breathing into your left hip flexor, your left quadricep. If your hips pop up, it's normal, so just send them back down towards the mat, really allowing that stretch to get a little deeper. And maybe making it into a back bend by arching the back and bringing your gaze up. And slowly release. Heel toe the right foot to the midline and find a half or a full split. So half split, shifting your hips back, staying square, and flexing the right toes towards the face. If you're working on your full split, sliding that right heel forward, really squaring your hips, maybe tucking the left toes under to help with the squaring. But use your breath to relax your torso, allowing your hip flexors to open. Good, Daniela. And if you're taking your half split, taking the full variation of bringing the forearms down, chin to chest, and sliding your forehead down your knee. Beautiful, Jessica. All right, we're gonna get ready to use our core again. So pressing into the palms, sweep the right leg back and up. Bend the knee to open the hip. Flip it out, dancer's bridge. Taking a nice little back bend here, a nice little heart opener. Good, really expanding your chest. Keep reaching forward and lifting your hips up. And bringing the right hand down for a one-legged vinyasa. So keeping that right leg up as we shift forward, Chaturanga. Good. We all meet in a downward facing dog. And slowly walk your hands back to meet the feet, hanging heavy at the back of your mat. Then heel toe your feet apart, bringing your heels in and your toes out. Have a seat, Yogi Squat. Bring your hands to heart center, maybe using your elbows to press into your inner thighs, opening your hip flexors. Make sure your heels are staying flat on the mat. And you can either stay here if you have a bind, reaching the right arm out, and taking the left arm up and around. If you fly, finding your variation, really taking a lot of concentration on your balance and your breath here. Stay present. Good, really ground down into that left big toe. Lift your chest, lift your heart. Oh no, everyone wants to do it. Wherever you are, releasing that side and making sure to take the same variation on the left. So finding your Yogi Squat, and then opening up to whatever choice you're taking. Good breathing. Relax your thoughts, it's just yoga. Come back to the breath. Good. And lowering down, find your Yogi Squat. Bring your hands down, forward, fold. Lifting the sits bones up. Heel toe your feet together about hips distance. So if you need, you can use your 2 fists to measure between. Padahastasana, hands to feet. Sliding the hands under the feet. Inhale, look out and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good, like a piece of paper folding in half. You want to match your back sides to the front. So keep the length in your spine to match your hamstrings and shift your sits bones up towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders. Use your core to help pull you down. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold. Releasing your grip, walk it out, downward face. Bringing the gaze forward, walk, jump, float it up, forward, fold. Good, Lauren. Inhale, look out. Vocal exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Bending your knees, reach all the way up, lift your heart, good. Hands in prayer to heart center, twist. Right elbow outside the left knee. Good, twisting from the base of your spine, try to keep your chest up. Bring your focus towards that left foot as you step the right leg back. If you bind or exalt, stay or play. But really focus on where your hips are. Make sure that your belly isn't resting on your thigh. Good. And then reverse cartwheel towards the mirrors to warrior 2. Opening your arms wide and always making sure your feet are far enough apart by looking under your hands. That's the perfect distance. Tracking that left knee over your second toe. Relax your hips. And finding your 3 pumping warriors at your own pace. So really learning how to connect your breath with your movement. 1 breath per movement here, staying light in your body and really dancing with your breath. Extended side angle. Yogi's choice. Good, bring that left hand down and wrap the ribs in and on top of the other. Melt your hips down towards your mat. Keep bending into that left knee. And if you're binding or flying, take it here. Good. Focus on where you are. Focus on what you want. And unwinding it into warrior 2, Open the arms wide, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Flip the left palm and reverse your warrior. Good, keep that left arm straight and strong. Use it as a force to help you bend back. Good, stay light on the right fingertip, sliding it down the thigh. And then cartwheel down to the inside of the left foot, drop the right knee, low lizard. Again, the perfect resting point, which is put in our flow for that reason. So we don't have to take a million child's poses. We have little, postures, little asanas like this to allow you to restore your breath while you're working your body. If you have a variation, you know who you are. Good, Daniela. There it is. And pressing into your palms, getting into your quad stretch. Right hand stays down as you take the left arm back, making sure that you're lifting up and out of your right shoulder girdle and getting out of your right ribs. Roll the shoulders back, lift your heart like there's a string pulling it up towards the ceiling, and drop your head back. Good. Releasing that right foot down, heel toe the left foot to the midline, and find your half or full split Hanumanasana. So maybe you're able to get into your full split on this side, maybe you're working on it. Our hips are different, so one side is always gonna feel a little bit different. You might be able to take another variation in this posture. Good, keep that right foot tucked and use it for leverage to push the hips down. Using your breath always, never forcing anything. So pull your left hip back. Melt that hip down. Yes, yep, stay there. There you go. And slowly bring the hands down. Use your core and your pelvic floor to pick the left leg back and up. Bend the knee to open the hip. Dancers bridge. Up and over, pressing into the ball of the foot. Good. Lift your chest. And use your glutes to pick up the hips. And bring the left hand down, keep that left leg up. One-legged vinyasa. Good, we all meet in downward face. As you lower the left leg, sink your heels down and breathe in and out through your nose. And walk the hands back to meet your feet. We're gonna do a little standing series here. So bring your hand to your left hip, find your peace finger bind, and grab your right big toe. You can always start from stand if you're not ready to start from your forward fold. So really rooting down into that left foot, look out to where you wanna go. Inhale and rise to stand. Creating stability and strength in that left leg. Make sure you're lifting up and hugging in instead of dumping your weight out. And externally rotating that right hip, open the right foot all the way out, maybe reaching the left hand towards the left, and eventually bringing your gaze to the left side. Good, slowly bringing that right leg back to center. And taking the left hand on the outer edge of the right foot for dancing Shiva. As you reach the right arm back, stay rooted into your left foot, and expand your chest, hugging your right hip in. Bring your gaze back to center for tree pose. So either bringing the right heel in towards the hip or maybe the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. You can bring your hands to heart, maybe grow your branches, reaching your arms up. If you have a flying variation or maybe a toe stand, it's a yogi's choice. Good, really hook your toes, Maria. Press your shin down. There you go. And slowly release the right foot down. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold. Right hand to the hip. Yogi toe grip on the left big toe. Root down into that right foot and rise to stand. Good. Pressing all four corners of that right foot down. Breathe easy and calm. Keep your gaze kind. And opening up to the left. Good. Staying tall. Plug your femur in towards your hip. Good. Create lightness. Stack that. Good. And slowly rotating the hip back to center as you bring the right hand to the outer edge of the left foot for dancing Shiva. Open your chest wide and keep it proud. Good, Jessica. And bringing your attention forward, left foot in, tree pose, Vrikshasana. Getting into your hip flexor, and if it's irritating your knee, definitely bring that left sole of the foot in rather than taking the heel in towards the hip. Slowly release, left foot down, and just bring your hands by your sides, equilibrium pose, closing your eyes. Again, always coming back to that intention. What do you want out of your practice? Why did you roll out your mat today? Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, swan dive. Walk it out to a downward face. Right leg, backing up. Round and curl, right knee to left underarm. If you have an arm balance, you can take it here. Good. Keep hugging that knee up. Good, getting into that core. And then shift it to the right underarm. Again, maybe if you have an arm balance on this side and you want to play. Keeping the hips high. Good, Lauren. Kick it back, one-legged dog. Step it all the way through, warrior one. So we drop the left heel down and square off to the front. More importantly, squaring our torso and our chest. So if your left hip doesn't get square, it might not. And if you need to heel toe your left foot out to help, you can always move that left foot out. Good. Bending at the elbows, cactus your arms and really lift your chest and your heart up. Maybe taking it into a mini back bend, lift up and out of that lower back. Good. Interlace the palms behind your back. Big inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Folding forward, bringing that right shoulder to graze the inside of the right knee. If you get stuck, sticking your hips all the way out to the right side, shimmy your body back in. Once your shoulder's in, you can hug everything back to center. Good, Lauren. Left hand down as the right arm reaches up, awkward twist. Stacking your shoulders. Don't forget about those warrior one legs. So keep your right hip back and the left hip forward. Good. Without really overthinking it, step the left hand forward a few inches. Pick up the left leg, revolved half moon. Good. Flex the toes and inner spiral your thighs. There you go, Maria. Staying light in the left fingertips, internally rotating that hip. And then taking it to an external rotation by dropping the right hand down and reaching the left arm up, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Flexing the left foot, maybe making your heel the furthest point away. Good, really getting light. Plug that femur bone in. Step it back, warrior two. Just using it as a transition. Straighten out the right knee, pivot the toes in. Last set, wide-legged fold, yogi's choice. Any inversions, any arm stretching, if you need more separate leg stretching. This is a just fun little time for you to be able to play with your practice and work on something that you've been trying to get at. It's all about a practice, not perfection. Good, Danielle and Maria are taking headstand. Lauren's working on pressing up into her forearm stand. Jessica's taking a headstand also. Maria's in a tripod versus what Daniela and Jessica are in a supported. Good, wherever you are, slowly release, finding your wide-legged fold. And bring your hands to your hips, rise to stand. Pivot the right toes forward and heel toe your left foot in once or twice, squaring the body off to the front. Reach the left arm up, inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, coming into Revolve Triangle. So left hand is either on the outer edge of that right foot or maybe the inside. If you need a block, you can always use a block. If you're taking a bind like Lauren is. Inner spiral the thighs, square the hips, and stay light, good, on that left fingertip. And slowly bring the right hand down. Pivot onto the outer edges of your feet and walk it to the right for standing steer. Good, getting that nice IT band stretch to the outside hips. If you take the steer twist, keeping the left hand down, reach the right arm up. Good, Danielle, that's a steer twist, it's super advanced. And dropping your right hand down, slowly lower your hips all the way down for a happy cow, Utkatasana. Good, bringing your knees to frame your hips. And if you want to take the bind, it's going to be the opposite arm to the opposite leg. So the left knee is under, so left arm is going to be over, and the right arm is going to grab. If you need your towel or strap to bind, you can always use it. If you want a forward fold, hinging at the hips, keeping that elbow in towards the midline. Good, relax your shoulders, open your chest, and breathe. And slowly release, start to lift the chest and releasing the bind. Just bring your fingertips to your shoulders, circle it out a few times, maybe back and forth. Straddle split. Right leg opens and extend the left leg towards the window. Flexing your toes, keep your quads engaged. And if you're like me, your hips are really tight, so I physically have to pick up my sits bones to move back and then walk my pelvic floor forward. And either staying here, if you like to walk it out, walking the hands forward with a flat back. So if you start to round, that's where you want to stop. Good, relax your breath. Our body is automatically drawn to the path of least resistance. So whenever it gets into something that feels uncomfortable, we automatically just want to draw out of it. That the practice of yoga is teaching us to use our breath to train our mind and our bodies how to get comfortable in uncomfortable situations on and off of our mat. So relax your shoulders and your forehead, maybe closing your eyes. And start to press into the palms, lift the chest. Swing the right leg all the way up and over, bending at the knee for a seated twist. So if you really like, you can bend that left knee, but again, if you have tight hips and it's hard for you to keep your hips square, keep that left leg straight. With the right hand at the base of the spine, inhale, reach up, exhale, twist. Lifting the crown of your head, lifting your chest, and relaxing your right shoulder away from your ear so you're not wearing it like an earring. Good, keep twisting. And then counter your twist towards the left. So bring both hands down as you melt your chest. Rocking forward, right side lunge. Right leg back and up. Freestyle vinyasa. So if you like the Trianga, the one-legged, if you like to bring the right foot down, if you're working on your handstands, maybe take a chin stand in between. Good. All right. Bring the left leg all the way back and up. Round and curl all the way to the right side. Good. So get into those obliques. Keep the hips high. Use the core. Good, Maria. And then shift it to the left. Bringing that left knee up as close to your armpit as you can. Good. One-legged dog. All right, you guys can do this. Step it all the way through. Warrior one. Maria's like, no, I can't. Ground into the heel, bend into the knee. Breathe. Relax your hips. Let your chest lift. Bending at the elbows, cactus arms as we offer our heart, lift up. Maybe bring your gaze towards the ceiling. Good. Humble warrior. Interlace the hands as you slide down that right leg. And then forward fold. Eventually bringing your forehead to the mat and bending that left thigh so it's parallel. Awkward twist. Right hand stays down, left arm reaches up. Good, square hips, maybe tenting your hand like Maria is to get up and out of the wrist joint. To revolved half moon. Good, pick up that right leg, think about the inner spiral and scissor hugging your thighs towards each other. Good, keeping your hips square, drop the right hip down and flex. Good. And slowly bringing the left hand down as you reach the right arm up, taking your half moon and stacking the right hip on top of the left. Keep flexing and pressing down into the left big toe. Drop the right foot back, warrior two. And straighten out that left knee. Straighten out the left knee, there you go. Pivot the right foot in a few times, square off to the front. And bring your left hand to your hip, right arm reaches all the way up. Inhale, find your breath. Exhale, revolved triangle. Good. With square hips. If you're binding, take your bind. Stay focused on where you are. Beautiful. And slowly lower the left hand down, pivot onto the outer edges of the feet, walk it to the left for standing steer. If you're taking your steer twist, plant the right hand down, reach up, good, expand your chest, again, twisting from the base of your spine. If you're taking your steer twist like Daniela, taking your bind. And slowly lowering all the way down for a happy cow. So our right arm is going to be the reacher, and our left arm is going to be the grabber. If you like the bind, it's up to you. Forward fold. Keep that right elbow in towards the center, hinge at your hips, send your breath to your outside hip joints and maybe your shoulders as well. Relax your forehead. And pick up the chest, release your bind. Do whatever you need to do to get your shoulders back in. Now they're taking a second set of a straddle split, or if you prefer frog, Jessica, taking a frog pose. Another hip opener, coming onto your knees, spreading them out. Bring your feet behind you, maybe angling them in a few inches. Good, breathe into your pelvic floor and allow it to drop. Hip openers release a lot of tension and a lot of emotion. They're also super confrontational. So it brings up a lot of different things. This is the perfect place for breath work. Jessica has such a nice frog pose. Can you bring your feet in an inch? There, yes. Good. If you're in frog, slide the knees together and then find your seat. Left leg up and over, seated twist. Left hand towards the sacrum as you reach the right arm up and over. Good, twist it out, using that right arm for leverage to lift up and over. Counter, twist. Rock forward to your lunge, and then take your freestyle vinyasa. We all meet in a downward face for our home stretch flow. Good. Tabletop. So slowly lower down towards your knees. Left arm forward as you kick the right leg back. So flexing that right foot, inner spiral. Put on your yoga corset and use your core. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, round and curl, elbow to knee. Good, really puff up that back. Inhale, find your length. Exhale, find your depth. Inhale, big fuel for your body. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, reach it out. Left hand down, tuck the left toes, one-legged dog, back and up. Round and curl, right knee to nose. Kick it to the left and reverse your dancer's bridge. Right hand stays down as the left arm reaches up. Good, get that last little back bend, heart opener in. Left hand down. Scissor push-up if you take it. And slide the right knee behind the right wrist. Pigeon pose. So first squaring your hips. And walk it out. Resting on your forearms. Maybe bringing your hands in prayer. And lowering your forehead to your thumbs. Good, you guys worked really hard using this as a cool down. Relax your breath, relax your thoughts. Maybe if you have a quad stretch variation, taking it here or staying in your pigeon. Or not. Good. If you're taking the variation, focus on keeping your hips square. So really pull that left hip forward, lifting up and out of the pelvic floor, staying square, and then allowing your torso to melt back down. Good. Releasing it here. Press into the palms. Sweep the right leg back and up. Shake it out. So make sure your leg's still attached. Get back into that hip. And then slowly drop the right foot down. Downward face. Drop the knees, tabletop. Right arm reaches forward as the left leg kicks back. Big inhale, elbow to knee, exhale, round and curl. Inhale, reach out, opposite direction, stay long. Exhale, round and curl. Big inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, get puffy. Good, one more inhale, reach all the way out. Right hand down, tuck the right toes, one-legged dog, back and up. Knee to nose, Nasasana, round and curl. Good, kick it to the right and reverse your dancer's bridge. Bring the right hand back down, taking your optional scissor push-up. Left knee slides forward, pigeon Pose. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Allow your hips to melt. You're so tiny. If you're taking your quad stretch, press into the palms, finding your variation. Good, and then releasing wherever you are, press into the palms, tuck the right toes, left leg sweeps the sky, shake it out. Downward face. So either taking your vinyasa or making your way to a seated position after, it's your choice. If you're taking the vinyasa, you can walk, jump, step it through. Good, extending both of our legs in front of us. And walking your hips back, maybe move the flesh back. Seated staff. Flex the toes, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, Parsvottanasana Fold. So if you can't reach your toes, you can always use a towel or strap to help you bind. Or if you're super flexible, you can grab opposite wrists. If you want, you can always just place a block right behind your feet and grab the block on the other side. And starting to lift your torso, reaching your arms forward, hollow out your belly, and slowly roll all the way down. Good, relax your shoulders, relaxing your hands. And bend the right knee, hugging it up and in towards your chest. Good, find an interlace grip. Use your inhale for strength, and on the exhale, pull in to help with your flexibility, releasing your ascending colon, getting into your digestive system. Belly twist. Bring the knee over towards the left as you reach the right arm out. Relax both shoulders on the mat. Bring your gaze to the right. Rolling back to center, extend the right leg all the way down to meet the left. Left leg comes up and into the chest. Good, find that same bind, either pulling it in towards your ribs, towards your armpit. Belly twist. Knee to the right, left arm out, shoulders down. Everyone's friends here. Good. Like Danielle is taking a reclining dancing Shiva. It really gets into your IT band here versus your hip. So it's just a little bit of a different stretch. And draw the left leg back to center and all the way down. Hugging both knees. Good. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe rock up and down your spine a few times. Bring your knees in towards your chest. And extending your legs straight up towards the ceiling and flexing your feet so the soles are facing the top. You can either stay here and leg up the wall. If you like a plow and a shoulder stand series, if you like an inversion, a headstand or a forearm stand, it's your last inversion, so take your variation. If you're taking your plow, good, get the pressure off your neck. Maybe interlace your palms behind your back on the floor, bringing your chest closer towards your chin. If you're taking a shoulder stand, inner spiral your thighs. Good, relax your neck. Again, chest towards the chin. And bending your knees to frame your ears for an ear compression. Good, relax the neck. Maybe grab the arms above the head. And then one vertebrae at a time, roll all the way down for your final fish. Slowly releasing the spine and propping up onto your forearms and your elbows. Lifting your chest and your heart up. Point the toes. Good, melt your head back. Maybe take a big inhale here. If you like a lion's breath, open your mouth, stick out the tongue, vocal exhale. And releasing your fish, slowly lowering all the way down for your final Shavasana. Relaxing your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your teeth, and your jaw. Walking your shoulders away from your ears, relax your fingertips. And let the beauty of the practice spread throughout your body, relaxing your eyelids. Just taking this minute to thank your mind and your body for carrying you through this moving meditation. And I thank each and every single one of you. It truly is a privilege and an honor to be able to share something that I love so much with other people. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.